God. Spotify. Installing Spotify? No, I don't want to install Spotify. Did Spotify get deleted? There's no way. Okay, there we go. Hey, no, 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 no. You were doing fine.
Get along just fine here on our own.
1 second, guys. Give me 1 second.
Would you offer
Gotta
me
get the chat from over here to over here. Fantastic. What's going on, guys? Today has been a good day. James, how you doing, man? Reckless, what's going on? A lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. Oh, it's kind of loud? Okay, I got you. I got you. There you go. Crypto Don Juan, what's going on, man? Kite, I've been catching up on your live streams. All I have to say is no more Sonic. Okay. I've had Sonic 2 times in the last, like, a couple months. Okay. I promise. Today and yesterday was the only times I've gotten Sonic. '86 Harleys, what's going on, man? I'm gonna get back into calisthenics. I love Bar Brothers, and I love this dude named Dominic Sky. He's like the calisthenics master. When I was like 15, 16, I could do pretty much anything you threw my way. But obviously, I was not this wealthy at 16 years old, so I couldn't afford DoorDash every single day. But, you know, self-discipline, something we got to work on. Mr. Thikas, what's going on, man? AK, what's going on? Magnus, hi, how you doing? Amazing Asian, that's what's up, buddy. That's what's up. I'm glad you're doing well, man. I'm glad you're doing well. Give me 1 second. I do have to open up one of my Bybit accounts over here. But we did very well. Okay. We'll let some more people stack in. We'll start talking about the trades I've made today, the trade that we've been in. I've taken most of my profit off of it. So I have taken profit already at the 1.272. The 1.414 got hit. Everything is well and good. And then I did try to short this. I'm not going to lie. So I was just looking at this as a potential another gigantic bear, not bear flag, but bullish rectangle that would break out to the downside. So we stuck to our trading plan. We established a top, we established a bottom, and I tried trading it back and forth. Didn't work out initially, but then we go ahead and hop into a long, take some profit. Did come back down, and I am stopped out again. But I have not entered short yet. It has to come back below. I think my entry would be something much lower than this. It would be around 503. Let me check my conditional real quick. 9510. That's where I would enter short. If not, I'm going to go long once we pop back up above this. Because then I'll be just targeting. This is the area that I've kind of marked out for where you should likely see a actual rejection and include another pattern. It would be between the 1.618 and the macro fib retracement here at about 10,100. Dude, make your voice louder, or is it just me? I mean, it's coming through at a regular volume as it always has. I can go ahead and turn it up in post. Maybe that can help you. It is coming at negative 18 decibels, so I'm gonna make it a little bit louder. Okay, I'm gonna increase it by 4 decibels. Is that a little bit better? Or is it too loud now? More importantly, how's ETH looking? I've been not looking at any other coins today except for Bitcoin. We did make a scalp trade that was monumental today. I put in a short order right before the 1.414, and yeah, my stop loss was up here. I was able to hit it with 60x leverage. As soon as we came back down and touched down here, I took profit off of it, took 120% profit. So our stop losses are completely covered for the couple of trades that I got stopped out of so far. But we also took profit on this long right here in particular already. Not all of it, but just 1/4. Stretchy, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, bud? Fish, you were literally the most fantastic dog for like the last hour. And then, dude, as soon as the green screen goes up, dude, you effed me into closing my long yesterday. I even opened a short position. Why you do this to... I didn't make you, man. All I was saying was, hey, I think it's likely to break down. But I did follow that up with saying, I will not close my long until we cross over the macro support. Did you not hear that part? Or did you just hear the part where I said short? I was in a scalp short. I was still in a swing long. That is the difference. That's what's up, Reckless. That's what's up. Yeah, I was saying right here, if we go below this macro support, given give it about $50, then I would have gotten stopped out on my long, and then I would have went short. I said explicitly, I am in a scalp short. I will not close my long swing until we cross below that. You have to listen to the full story. I play with multiple accounts and I can take multiple positions based on certain pattern types. Okay? And you should not be effed. Okay? Did you set a stop loss? If so, did you use the correct leverage? If you're effed, that means you did something wrong. Even if you did go into a short down here, you should have had a point of failure. The 0.5 fib retracement at least. Yeah, I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry you got effed, but I explicitly said, hey, I'm keeping my long open until we close below the macro support. Now, I wasn't a scalp short as soon as we broke below this support right here, and I got stopped out right here. That is the only trade that I was short in, though, and it was just a scalp. Fish? What are you doing? You're so cute. Hey, Kite, can you show the fib numbers you use for fib retracement tool? So I have everything default except for fib levels based on log scale. And I have the 1.272 and the 1.414 turned on and the 1.618. Everything past that, I turn it off because it's not relevant to my trading plan. I hear a bug. It better not be a wasp. I swear to God, I hate wasps. So we are starting to get some curvature around the 50 on the 30-minute. We definitely could get a nice bounce here, another breakout to the upside. We could be either one, forming a bull flag or a bullish pennant along this particular... Let me see what the angle of this is. Fish, you got to stop, buddy. You got to stop. So this is a 37. So let's try to copy that over here. 37. You don't use 0.65, 0.272, 0.818. No, I just have 272, 414, and 618 as the extensions. JP, what's going on, man? Jason, how you doing, buddy? Chunk, what's up, man? DL, what's going on? Mrs. G, are you upset? At what point would you be looking to add to your long? Absolutely nowhere. You don't average up. Now, there is certain times where if I would have got into a scalp short here, I could have turned it into a swing short, but that's a different story. On my swing long, there will be no point there's no point. I already have a nice position. There's no reason to take my average entry up and then screw my stop loss up. Austin, put those levels on your retracement on your chart and look at see how it lines up. Okay. You said, is it 1.272 or is it just 0.818? Or I mean, yeah. So we'll try it. But I don't really see the necessity for it. So we'll put 818. I mean, it's just as good as the 0.786. I don't see how that's going to help it at all. Yeah, man, it's nothing personal. I just don't need it. David, what's going on, man? Good to see you too, buddy. Mrs. G looks at every pump from like as a mountaintop that she can short from. Can you screenshot that and send it as a link? Screenshot what? My chart setup? If so, I can just share my chart with you. Fish, what are you chewing on? Oh, he's just eating some food. I never know with this dude. Yeah, I can send the chart to you. Let's go ahead and do that. So I've changed my setup again. So now I have the ultra wide on the side and then the 27-inch in front and then a portrait 27-inch on the side. That way, I can just have a regular screen for sharing to the stream and I don't have to cock my head to the side whenever I need to look at it. And let me change the colors of these real quick because I don't want them to be mixed up with the macros. And you guys are going to have to excuse me. Fish, it sounds like he needs to go outside. So I'll be right back, guys. I'm sorry. Be right back. Hello. Any chance we go back down to 190 for ETH and 9,300 for Bitcoin? I don't think so. Actually, it's a possibility, but if you're holding a short right now, I wouldn't. I mean, you should have already been stopped out on. Were you shorting at 9,300? Down then up. Up then down. You can never be wrong. You guys know my trading plan. I cannot short this and then until we're back inside the pattern. And right now we're holding support upon the 8-1 Gonfan, so I cannot short this. Listen to my words. Now, obviously, scalp short is a different story from the one I took right here. But in terms of swing short, absolutely not. Listen to my words. We're starting to see a bounce at the 50 on the RSI. Good sign. Now, the question is this going to act like a pennant, or we're just going to get a nice little bounce off of this? I would like just a nice little bounce. I'm not going to have any preconceptions. I'm just going to leave it what I got. So this is what my trade's going to look like when it does kick in. So I'm looking for anywhere between 1.618 to this right here. So I might just give it a little, maybe I just, I don't know. I think I'm just going to take all my profit here because that's still 4.52. That's what's up. Yeah, let me turn off the speaker music. Caesar, what's going on, man? Yeah, money flow is getting a nice little bounce right here. Putting in a higher low. Do you think we'll be testing parabolic support on the daily RSI? It looks like it held. I don't know. Guys, you guys know I'm not a daily time frame trader. Everybody and their mother was screaming, daily time frame bearish divergence, everybody short. And I'm not gonna lie, it almost got to me. But I said, hey, I'm not closing my long until we go below macro support. I made sure to say that. I play on the 2 hour. That's my maximum time frame. Yes, sometimes I will look at the daily just to kind of get a feel, but it's not my main time frame, not in the slightest. I work from support and resistance to support and resistance, so my trades are based on such. It's not based on the daily. Oh yeah, let me double check on ETH. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Actually, I'll just do it on this chart. ETH. Actually, no, I have an ETH chart, don't I? I have too many charts, guys. Yeah, we have an ETH chart. It's on Bitcoin for some reason. ETH. I would not be shorting ETH right now. That being said, the reason, well, if you are shorting ETH, there's not, you already broke out on ETH, guys. You already broke out on ETH. Yeah, you don't short ETH right now. Well, that's just my recommendation. But look, you have an ascending wedge or an ascending triangle right here over this. This would be your technical analysis target. I don't have any fib retracements on this, but this is just simple technical analysis. Come on, let me click. Let me click. Come on. This would be your technical analysis target. 275. Now, obviously, it has some resistance up here at 225 that you could short back down to 195 if that's a possibility. But I would not be in a short right now. I would be in a long with a stop loss at about 192. And that's just based off of support and resistance. I know your indicators are looking bearish, but look at Bitcoin. We've had bearish indicators, but we pumped to shit. All right, so you have to be careful with those types of things. Let's see. Okay, those trades have not kicked in. This one's still going. Okay. Now, 1 hour might want to come back down and retest the 50. That is a possibility. Although it is looking like it's already holding that support line right there. So this could be a nice bounce coming off of this. Let's kind of extend this out so I can get a better... There you go. Andrew, what's up, buddy? As long as we remain above the 8-to-1 Gone fan from this pattern right here, I do think that we'll be trying to get up to 98.65 to 10,100. Just anywhere in that region is going to be the next rejection. You might say, well, why can't you call it an exact top? Because that's not how trading works. So once I get past the 1.618, I look for the next level of resistance. So like right here, the 1.618 was at 8852. The next macro was up here at 921. So I was DCing shorts all in that region. That's typically what I do. So once we get up past the 1.618, I will be taking shorts with my stop loss above about... I'll probably put my stop loss at about like 10,170. That's probably going to be my move for that one. Marco, today is a great day. I'm doing absolutely fantastic, buddy. How you doing, man? Kite, have you moved your stop loss from 90.50 yet? No. Because I've completely reset that trade. So as soon as we came up to here, I went ahead and I said, okay, maybe this is another pattern. So I tried to play this like a swing trade. I did try to short this, didn't work out. Went ahead, put in a long right here, took some profits at the 1.272. I shorted from the 1.414 on my scalp account with 60x leverage. Made about 120% off of that one just to cover some of the losses that I incurred right there. And I'm kind of just sitting, waiting for the next move. Now I'm trying to get back into a swing long right here though, on the retest and breakout. TL, what's going on, man? Chain Wax, what's going on? Yeah, so my stop loss right now, I have to get back into this long because I set my stop loss a little bit too close, and I should have gave it some more breathing room. But I was reaching for the sun, trying to get some extra leverage to hit this, but it's no big deal. I made the money back plus more with that scalp trade. So let's go ahead. All right, so that just got stopped out. So we're going ahead. I had another little tiny short open from right here. So I took profits on this short at 9577. And then I opened up another one right here. Nate, what's up, man? How you doing, buddy? And my long is about $7 from getting activated. So if your Gone fans are disappearing, what that probably means is that your visibility on whatever time frame you're trying to do, so try going down to a lower time frame. Let's say you have, weekly unchecked and you're trying to put Gone fans on the weekly, it won't show up when you try to draw them. So you just got to make sure that your visibility is in the correct region, so to speak. I'm surprised how fast some of these indicators are cooling off. It's actually fantastic how fast they're cooling off, to be real. I mean, that wave is already that wave is already pretty close to being down. Now let's see any bullish diversions to be looking for. The one thing that you do want to start looking for, I think we have it on the 30-minute already. Yes, we have a higher low, but a lower low on Bitcoin that's already starting to get a bounce. We do need a candle body close in about 6 minutes in order for that to be activated. But that is going to be a bullish divergence, and we should see a nice little pop. So right here, we have a lower low on Bitcoin, higher low. I mean, a lower low on RSI, higher low on Bitcoin. That is a hidden bullish divergence. And that's what kept pumping us over here. So you can see that in action. So right here, okay? We kept putting in lower lows on Bitcoin, but higher lows on Bitcoin, lower lows on the RSI. Okay. Long just got activated. Gonna go ahead and set up my stop loss. I'm gonna put my stop loss at about, let's see. Yeah, 9,500. That's gonna be my stop loss. Did your long get triggered? Yeah, just now. Let me clear up my desktop real quick. I got so many things open. We'll close Zoom. We'll close Task Manager. We'll close Blizzard. We'll close Cam. Actually, I want Cam to be up. I like Cam. Close Photoshop. Oh my god, how many things do I have open on Photoshop? Okay, there we go. Are we not going to see 3K again? I don't think so, buddy. Actually, I'm going to pull up the risk management tool again. And I'm going to put the Dropbox links to this in the description from now on. I haven't done it yet. Actually, I need to do this off screen. I don't like sharing that kind of information. I'm just making sure I'm using the correct leverage because I set this up earlier, about like a couple hours ago. Okay. If this trade goes through, that's going to be very, very nice. Dude, Kite, ever since you pointed out how you use the money flow, I've been crushing trades back to back all week. I love you, bro. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. I really do. How did you know to go 60x leverage? I wanted a 20% stop loss on 60x for a few dollars. So this was the trade right here. So I got in at about 765 because I always put my orders right before a fib retracement, not at the fib retracement. My stop loss was right above it. So it was a 0.52. Okay, so I just rounded it out to a 0.5. And for example, you know, I'm just going to put a random number here. We'll just do 500 bucks. So on the risk reward calculator, I said, okay, I have such and such amount of money. Now on my scalp account, I'm willing to use 5% and risk 30% of 5%. And then I had a 0.5. So that comes out to 60x leverage. That's how that trade was set up. So right here, that was a 0.374. Just a quick little trade. Absolutely fantastic. Thomas, thank you very much, man. A good friend drew it for me. and I don't have his stuff in the description yet, but I will do it for him because he's awesome and he definitely set me up with all this cool stuff. He said that I can share that information with you guys, so I'll post it in chat. I'm just gonna copy and paste his message. You gotta be willing to take risks if you want to make any money. JC, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, man? Hey, can you go over how to draw a fib channel? I always forget. So what you want to do... Alright, so we're gonna recreate my chart from scratch, guys. Does someone timestamp this? And when the video uploads, please put it in the comments. I would love that. Thank you very much. I know I was asking a lot, but I would appreciate it. Okay. So what's important when drawing fibs and confans? It's not the time frame. It is price structure. You have to learn how to separate patterns from each other. So you're looking for pattern, breakout, either a bottom or a top, depending on which side you broke out to, and then a swing high or swing low. So for our macros, we have this low to this high. So everything else can get deleted. KP Crypto, what's going on? How you doing? Alrighty. So now we have 2 points of connection. Now, the most important thing is not using your high here. Since your low comes before your high, you need to find the intersection between your high and low in order to make it effective. So we're going to go ahead and put our vertical on our low and our horizontal level with our high. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hit Alt-V and Alt-H. And that's going to put this little cross over here. So that is the connection point for our down channels. So since it's going to be much easier, now let me show you how this would work if we didn't have all of this price action over here. You would go ahead and say, all right, this is my low. I'm going to start my up channels. Now you need to find out what works. So right here is probably the best thing, especially when you see it start to struggle to break through the 1. That's a really good sign that is because the 1 is like your 0.5 fib retracement. If you're below it, that's your strongest resistance. If you're above it, that's your strongest support, other than your 1 and your 0 on your fib retracements, obviously. So if you're drawing it like that, this would be your particular up channel. So now what you need to do is you need to go ahead, go down to your little point here, draw out a 45-degree angle, and match up the 1-to-1 with that 45. Now, if you do not zoom in or zoom out and you draw another 45, it makes it so that the gonfans are symmetrical to each other, so that when you draw them, everything lines up perfectly. So you can see right here, instead of starting with my down channels, I started with my up channels, but I got the same exact results. That's how accurate you need to be on this. Or this. So now we're going to go ahead and put our fib retracements on it from top to bottom. Now, if you're looking for upside breakouts, you're looking to do it from top to bottom. If you're looking for downside breakouts, you're looking from bottom to top when drawing your fib retracements. So you'll see these little intersections between my down channels and up channels. And you can see at the halfway point of the symmetrical triangle, we have the 0.5 fib retracement. And it cuts through every single intersection like butter all the way till the end. I don't know why I'm tripping up on my words right now. So now, let me go ahead and put my presets on this real quick. And make sure that when you're doing this, you're doing it in log scale. That is essential, very important. Do not forget it. Okay. So now what you want to do is go down to a 2 hour. That's my favorite time frame to do it on. You don't necessarily have to use the 2 hour, but you want to be able to separate these patterns. So like right here, we have a bull flag. Right here, we have a descending wedge. Right here, we have an inverse head and shoulders. Right here, we have a bull flag. And then right here, we have kind of a bearish rectangle bull flag that, you know, it turned into a bull flag. So that's what we're working with. Now, when you draw fib retracements on these, you have to do it based on the pattern. Just like I said, pattern, breakout, bottom or top, swing high, swing low. So this one right here, our swing high to swing low would look like this. Let me change the color to white. White. So once you break out of the 8-to-1 Gonfan, go ahead, take a long, set your stop loss below it, and then your 1.618 would be your target. You can see we came up shortly above the 618, but got rejected at the macro resistance and then fell down to the 1.272. So right here, we had another pattern. We had a breakout top to a swing low. So then we'll go ahead, we do that again. So we're actually still in the breakout of this pattern right here. I just have that one drawn just in case. But for the sake of things, we're really working with these fib retracements until we are either one, get to the 1.618 and then a rejection. It's still kind of working with this pattern right here. Now, you could say that we got a rejection off the 1.618 because we got pretty dang close. Now, you know, depending on how you take your profit, I try to put it like right under the line. So my 1.618 didn't get hit, but is what it is. We're working with what we're given. So now I just want to get some micro time frames because I'm not going to lie. I've been scalping today. I don't scalp all the time. Scalping is not my favorite thing to do, but I definitely had a lot of fun today scalping and made lots of money. So right here, we have another pattern. We have a breakout top to a swing low. So now we're going to go ahead, draw our fib retracements on this. Change them to white. And put our Gonfans on it. So this one was a little bit harder to do Gonfans on. There wasn't like a set, but we were going down. But once we broke through the 1-to-1 Gonfan, we pretty much blasted off to the upside. So I'm going to say that is the most accurate interpretation, at least for me. Obviously, this is kind of a guessing game in order to make it more correct. And whoever's better at it wins more. That's all. Why is my lip so chapped? I just got out of a steamy shower, that's why. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead, do our other 45-degree angle, like so. Put our Gonfans on it, and we're going to change them to yellow because that's my medium time frame. There are too many Gonfans. Okay, so now go ahead. Actually, I'll change them to micro. How about that? Thin bitty. Oh, I changed it back. What? Okay, there we go. So that's what we're currently working with. So now we have another breakout of another pattern. Make sure that you do not short this until we are back below the 8-to-1 Gonfan, preferably somewhere around 9,500. Please, for the love of God, I don't want anybody to end up like John Smith. I'm sorry, John Smith, that happened to you, but you got to listen to the full picture of what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying I don't want you guys to follow me exactly, but if you do, make sure you pay attention to what I'm talking about. So the way I play my trades, it's very dead simple. I actually written out a trading plan. Now, the trading plan is not very long. The trading plan literally says, establish pattern, short the tops, long the bottoms, avoid the middle. You can take some profit at the 0.5. That is something that's good to do because you never know. You could get a bounce off the 0.5 and have a breakout to the upside or a breakout to the downside. So you don't want to take some profit just to cover your stop loss or at least make it hurt a little bit less so that when you get into the opposite position, you start making profit a lot faster. So after that, once you have a break above the 8-to-1 Gonfan or a break below the 8-to-1 Gonfan, go ahead, enter a market long or a market short, set your stop loss below it, let it ride, take 1/4 of your profits at the 1.272, 1/4 year profits at the 1.414, and then finally completely exit the trade around the 1.618. Now, I would not necessarily say short the 1.618 after that. You want to look for the next macro resistance, which would be around 10,050 to 10,100. And you want to start either one, wait for it to get up here to take a position, or start DCAing shorts in that region with your stop loss above the next macro. That's the best way to play this and the safest way to play this. So down here, we simply we were over here. Yeah. We didn't short the top over here because, you know, I wanted to take a scalp on it, but I just didn't feel like it that day. I didn't want to watch it. But we longed the bottom. Okay, so we took our first position over here at 9,260. So not too far away from that position right there. I did put in a DCA. I wasn't on live stream when I did that, I don't think. But I put in a DCA just to get my average entry a little bit lower, just in case we did have a bounce, because we did have an ascending triangle shortly at the end of there, telling you that we could have a breakout to the upside. And as soon as we got above 9,304, it was pretty much set in stone. Now, did I predict that we were going to actually break out of this pattern right now? No, but that's what's been happening. That is telling me that we are getting more and more and more bullish, and these resistances aren't holding the same weight like they were. That's not a problem, because obviously I get stopped out and I go into a long and I soak up those profits. It just kind of feels weird. Okay, we're coming from a downtrend and now we're just reversing into a full bull market. Kind of just, it doesn't sit well with me, even though I love the money. So if one of you guys could timestamp the beginning of that, at least like send it to me on Discord if you can, because I do want to start timestamping these little like 5 to 10 minute parts where I'm really talking about useful information rather than just chit chatting. Because I want to start making highlights, because I love to stream. I don't really like the format of videos. I feel like in videos I try too hard, because I know people are more likely to watch the videos than the live streams. So since I have more eyes on me, I get nervous. But with the live streams, it's very nice and chill. You guys can, laugh at me. It doesn't make a difference. Live streams are where my forte is. 32040. 3240. Okay, I got you. Thank you very much, man. Let me write that down somewhere. Let me go to my Google Keep. I like Google Keep. It's fun. You get to color code everything. Now, don't put your passwords on Google Keep, for God's sakes, but Jesus. I'm sure there's people out there that put all of their passwords on Google Keep. Yeah, but I literally just walked you guys through my entire trading plan. It is simple as hell. Now, you do have to put in some work in terms of drawing your macros out, making sure that they're correct so you make the right moves. But as long as you know what you're doing with this, you're not worried about winning every single trade. That's not what winners do in the stock market. They're worried about making sure that when they win, it's monumental, and when they lose, it's minuscule. So that's why I can take these trades back to back to back. And even though I might lose 2 to 3 in a row, the next trade might be a 7. And that means I'm 4 ahead now. So that's why I'm able to make these types of trades over and over and over and over again. And I'm not worried about getting stopped out, because at this point in time, I probably have like 70 trades of cushion underneath me to pretty much reset like the last 3 months. Now, like I said, as you start making more, drop your risk to reward ratio back so that you can go ahead and make it more exponentially hard to lose everything that you've gained. Kept his private keys on Evernote and lost a couple. Why? Why? That's so stupid, man. That's so stupid. Hi, Kite. Do you remember which video you spoke about using money flow properly? It is the how to use market ciphers smartly and effectively. The most recent one. I've done like 3 of them already, but it's that one right there. Money flow is pretty damn simple. All you have to do is know that if it's a negative slope, you're probably going to be bearish. Now, one quick tip for you guys in terms of kind of calculating. It's not like a definitive thing. It's just something cute and simple that I do. So you have 5 different indications whether or not you should long or short. So you have support and resistance as well as pattern. So if you have a bearish pattern, 20% towards the bear side. Okay. Now you're looking at RSI, money flow, stochastic, and MCB waves. Okay. So you have 5 different indicators, add 20% to each. Okay. So if you have, 3 of your indicators are bullish, you're 60% bullish, 40% bearish. Now, there's some times where all 5 indicators are bearish. Now, it's not going to be 100%. Nothing is ever 100%, but I would say 95%. One good example of that is over here. Okay. Let me go make it so that my RSI shows up. So right here, we had a bearishly diverging RSI. Our money flow was heading down during this entire time. Now, not on the 15-minute, just because that's, let me go to an hourly. That's probably going to be a little bit better. Go to an hourly. Yeah, so the the hourly money flow was starting to stagnate, so you would have gone down to a 30-minute to actually see what that slope was. And that could have been definitely a great indicator. Where am I at right now? Okay, I'm right here. Yeah, you see that slope on the money flow, how negative it is? And it's putting in lower highs. That would have been your indication. So you have a negative slope on money flow. You have a bearishly diverging RSI. You have a bearish divergence on your market cipher B waves. And your stochastic has been bearishly diverging ever since like back here. Okay, technically. Just in the red and overbought, bearishly diverging. And you have a bearish pattern. Ascending wedges are bearish patterns. Okay. And we were just tapping off of a macro resistance. So that was pretty much all 5 indicators screaming short. Okay. But like I said, it's never 100%. It's just a cute and simple way to kind of say, okay, this is the most likely thing to happen. Your job as a trader is to find the most likely scenario, make a plan, execute the plan. Do not interrupt the plan. That is essential. Too many people interrupt their plan. And then either one, they want to get back in it, but now they have a worse stop loss and a worse entry. So therefore, you won't get the same satisfaction if you do win. So then you end up making excuses. And then when you do lose, you lose so much more. But what you need to do is just stick to your plan. If you lose a little bit. If you win, you make a lot. But if you interrupt the plan in the middle, you're screwing yourself. Absolutely screwing yourself. All right, we're up about 4% on this long right now. I'm at a 33x leverage. Okay. Guys, I know I sound crazy using this high leverage, but it's just because of my stop loss and my risk reward formula. I'm going to lose the same exact amount as I would normally lose on a 5x trade. But if this does go through, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. It's a 4, right? A 4. Let's see. Our entry was 9.5. So our entry was here. And our stop loss is right here. Okay. So actually a little bit higher leverage than I should have used, because when I calculated this, I calculated it as if my entry was like around here. That's what I did when I set up the plan. But unfortunately, it didn't get executed like that. Yeah, that was my original type right there. That's fine too. If I do lose, it's not too much more. Let's see. Come up to the 1.618. That's going to be about a 3.3. If we go up to the $10,050 mark, that is going to be a 5. That'd be awesome. There was a blood diamond on the 3 hour, also on that drop, 19th of January, hollow candles. I don't pay any attention to market cipher anymore. It's not for me. I just watched it like 3 times. Very easy explanation. You should publish videos on these moments. Yeah, that's what I'm looking to do. So we can go back and look at them and come back more prepared for your live streams, because you do have to repeat yourself a lot, which is annoying for yourself. I love it. It fills up the time on the live streams. It makes me feel like I'm actually helping. Because if everybody knew exactly what to do when they came into live streams and they didn't ask questions, I would literally just be sitting here like this, just waiting for price action. Whoa, why no MC? I still use Market Cipher. I'm still using Money Flow Market Cipher. I'm still using Stochastic and the Market Cipher B waves and the VWAP. Everything is the same. I just simply don't use Market Cipher A. Why aren't you? I am using Market Cipher. I have market. Look on your screens, guys. Market Cipher is right there. It's God. You guys just jumped on my ass. What would you say the current support levels on the 1 hour to 4 hour right now at BTC? Well, our macro support is down here at about 9,000, bucks. And then our macro resistance would be at about 10,050. And then the next really big resistance would be the 1.618 coming out of this pattern at about 9,900. So what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to take profit around the $9,900 mark. I'm going to try to short that macro resistance. Now, like I said, we are looking like we're putting in a bull market. So I am going to be careful with this. I'm probably either going to take some. I'm going to be taking profits at the 1.272 if it ever does come back down to there. Just a little bit, probably half of my profits, and then if we do get back to the 1, I will be taking my profits once again, and then probably re-entering along, trying to replicate what we did here, because right here we fell back to the 1.272 from this pattern and got a bounce and broke out to the upside. So I'm trying to repeat that. Thank you very much, Zach, and I appreciate that, buddy. Here's a newbie question. Do future exchanges have a role in price action? Yes, but it's not as severe as people are letting on. Everybody acts like it's the bane of Bitcoin, and it's not going to allow for any future gains. What really people don't understand is that they are expecting too much from Bitcoin. The next parabolic support line like we had at 20K is in 6 years. Okay, about 4 to 6 years. That's the next time where Bitcoin's really going to take off. Until then, yes, we can have bull markets and they can be very substantial, but it's not going to be as parabolic as people would like. People got spoiled. I got spoiled in the 20K bull market. Okay. But you have to realize that these things take time to play out. Yes, we have the halvening, but I don't think it's going to go absolutely ballistic like it did last time. Last time we had the halvening plus a parabolic support line, which we don't have right now. We do have the halvening though, which will definitely increase the price. How many trade accounts are you using? I have a scalp and swing for family and friends. I have a scalp and swing for me. And then I have my Coinbase account, my Coinbase Pro account. So about, I manage about 5 accounts. Nice. Okay, what about micro? Micro, your strongest support right now would be at about 9,534, and your 0.5 is at $9,319. So just in case we do pump back it down into the, well, dump back into the pattern. Yeah, that's pretty much all you have to know. So you just have to know what your maximum support is and your maximum resistance. So your maximum support is going to be around the $9,500 mark, and your maximum resistance is going to be anywhere between 9,900 to 10,050. Are you only trading BTC? Yes. I do buy and hold and macro trade other coins, but in terms of leverage trading, you don't want to fuck around. Oh, sorry, you don't want to screw around with other coins all the time. Now, there's many great traders that do so. I personally don't like to spread myself too thin. I like to focus on the main trades on Bitcoin. And then from that, I can make money to buy other altcoins. And other altcoins like XRP, Ethereum, why do you need to leverage trade them? In the next bull market, you're going to get a couple 1,000% out of them anyways. You don't need to make any more profit, man. That's just greed. AK, have a good day, man. I appreciate you being here. Yes, you can open up multiple Bybit accounts. How do we join your family and friends? I already have like 6 people on that account. I don't want to add anybody else. That's exactly what I do. So XRP has absolutely been blasting off the last couple of days. Has it gone up anymore? Not really, no. But I bought a whole bunch of XRP. Where did I buy XRP at? I forgot. Let me look at this on a macro. I bought XRP right here. I bought XRP at about 24 cents. I'm not going to say how much I bought, but it was a lot. And I'm looking for a retest. Obviously we could go all the way up to the top. That's about 1,000%. That'd be absolutely fantastic. So the place that I'll be looking to dump my XRP if it does fail is probably going to be down here. Now that is quite a substantial amount away, but I'm not willing to just dump it just because of a small price movement. It has to be an actual fail. That's the point. People put their stop losses where it has no business being, especially on like macro accounts and stuff. Why would you trade a macro account off of medium time frame support and resistance? That's my question. So that is about 38% away. So sometimes you got to risk a lot to make a lot. So my risk to reward ratio is, God dang. Okay. It's all the way down here. All right, there we go. My risk to reward ratio is If we go all the way to the top, I'm willing to hold this all the way to the top, actually. 39. Let me see it. Actually, okay, so let me find out how much I would actually make off that if it does go up to the top. That's the beauty about risk to reward ratios. If you know how much you're going to lose on the trade, you just times that by your risk to reward ratio, and that's how much you're going to actually make. Okay. Okay. I'm down for that. Can you adopt me? I'm only 20. Are you older than me? Because that would be weird. This is my adopted son. He's 20 years older than me. No, it's not a couple mil. It's close to a mil, but it's not a couple mil. If it was a couple mil, that would be something. One day soon. Maybe after this bull market, I'll be making money like that. Who knows? I just work with what I'm given, make trades day to day. There's nothing else you can do. No problem. I can live with it. I shave my beard and I look 22. Put the rake in the lake. What's the top of XRP? Okay, we can go back to the chart and put some GON fans on it. Okay, this is market cap. Hold up. Let me lean up in my chair. I don't want to get too comfortable. This would actually be the breakout top, and this would be the bottom. You know, the swing low right there. So I'm actually going to draw these GON fans up right here. We'll do this. So based off of this, I don't think we've actually broken through the 1-to-1 GON fan yet. So until we do that, we're not necessarily... Is he ignoring me on purpose, or is my question too irrelevant? I didn't see your question, Chainwax. I didn't see your question. Where's your question? Don't make me feel bad. All right. So we haven't broken through the 1-to-1 GON fan yet, so we're not technically super bullish, but once we do, we'll start trending upwards towards the 8-to-1 GON fan. Pretty dang easy, at least to the 0.5. So let's go ahead, line this up. And fib retracements. I like to say fib retracements as if it's jazz hands. Fib retracements. Okay, so the next major point of resistance for XRP is going to be about 32 cents. That's going to be a hard point for it to actually break out from. But if it does, 0.5 is most likely a target, about $76. And you're going to see similar things such as Dash. You know how Dash just broke out to the upside? That's what happens when you break the 1-to-1 GON fan from a severe downtrend. So once that happens, because that's just a severe sign to everybody that it's time to pump. So that's going to be 128% right there from the breakout. So if you don't have a position on XRP yet, I wouldn't necessarily buy XRP now, but I would go ahead and wait for about 32 cents. If you do see it get to about 34 cents, you could buy it. You know, if you want to set a stop loss with about 20% below, you could do that. Your risk to reward will be quite great. And then the next major resistance would be the 0.5 going forward. You can see that rejection right there off the 0.5. Yeah, I can share this chart as well. Actually, I can't because... Wait, I can copy it. Okay, I got you. Make a copy. Okay, so we'll do XRP. Today is 2/5. Okay, and we'll turn sharing on. Oh, wait. Okay, we gotta save this first. Wait, why didn't it copy all that stuff over? Maybe I need to refresh. Nope. Okay, we gotta draw that again. God dang it. There we go. Give me 1 second, Chain Wax. I got you. I got you. I'm not ignoring you. I never ignore anybody. If I don't answer your question, I didn't see it. And I'll leave this on a 2-hour for you guys. If you guys do want to have it. It's no problem, FA. It's no problem, man. I love making charts. Sometimes they just give you a little bit of trouble. How do I keep myself from getting too cocky in trading? I'm on a hot streak. I'm just thinking about steak. I'm sorry. I'm on a hot streak, and I don't want it to bite me in the butt. Is it over trading if you're winning? Trying to take out swears now. Yeah, I am. My mom watches these live streams now. So, the way to not get overly confident and screw yourself over is follow your trading plan. Do not change it. Do not adjust it to fit your cockiness. Set it in stone. Continue trading it. Okay? That was for you. Which Nick on TradingView? Which Nick? Oh, you're talking to somebody else. Okay, no problem. Crypto Stake. Chart Tesla next? No, man, I'm already out of Tesla. I don't even care at this point. I don't even want to look at it because I don't want to say, oh, I could have made so much more money if I just left my shit in. And then FOMO back in because I know that's going to happen. Look at Potcoin. This is a joke. I'm not charting this. I'm not. You can't chart that. Now, one thing you can see is you hit a support here and it's starting to curve back up. Now, that being said, you do have a lot of bearish divergence on the daily. But you're willing to buy some and you don't want to sell it. Well, I mean, you can't get much lower than pretty much exactly zero. So that's something you wanted to do. Now, how much... Stupid. God, is this one of those ancient things from 20? Yes, it is. God dang it. Don't make me ever look at this coin again. God. This is one of those stupid altcoins from 2017 that have no reason pumping 8,000%. Altcoin season, my ass. God. Do you have for Deutsche Bank DBK? I don't have a chart for that. What's your username on TradingView? It is Austin Kite. Just Austin, no space, Kite. There's always a video about shit coins. Some person just telling you to buy it so that it pumps the coin because it has no volume in it. We got to bounce off the 60 on the 15-minute. That's a pretty good sign. Yeah, I'm a trader. If I can't chart it, I'm not trading it. And you might say, well, how are you going to make millions of dollars? Through time and hard work on coins that have actual price action to work with. I know in 2017, you could throw a couple $1,000s into any shitcoin and walk away with 800 times whatever you put in. But no, no, that is not how you make money. That is how you gamble. You might say, well, their fundamentals were good. Where are they at? What is the coin doing now? Where are their fundamentals to save them now? I don't mean to get this aggressive. It's not directed towards anybody. It's just a bit. The thing I love about trading Bitcoin in particular, there's no fundamentals to work with. Obviously, adoption rates, everything like that is going to affect it, but it is not correlated to anything. It's not correlated to news. It's not correlated to the government. It's not correlated to fundamentals. That's why I'm able to chart this and be so effective with it because of that. Especially when we're in bear markets, because when we're in bear markets, no new retail money is coming in, so you don't really have to worry about FOMO just crashing through resistances. Have you looked at funding rate? Aaron Crypto, what's going on, man? Yes, I am. I don't have a position with funding rate right now, but the next bear market, I am definitely looking to get into one. But the white paper. Screw the white paper. It's all about the charts now. Now, one thing that is really interesting is because of the likelihood and the scare of, plagues or, viruses popping up out of nowhere, that actually might force governments to go to a cashless society because literally you only get, the amount of cash that's passed from hand to hand that causes those kinds of outbreaks is ridiculous. So do you believe that more liquidity and trading value means a better coin? Yes, in terms of trading, yes, 100%. I don't know if I would like my ultra wide being on the side instead of in front of me, but I actually really, really like it because it's a curved screen, so it makes more sense for it to be on the side because all I have to do is turn my head a little bit and I can see the entirety of the screen, and it's a much bigger screen. Hey, Kite, if we get to the next macro resistance, what would the previous low be to draw a fib retracement? So you don't use previous lows. So what you're looking for is a breakout top to a swing low, and then you would use that low to draw your fib retracements. Otherwise, you leave the old ones until you have that low. Do you think there ever could be one day a limited number of hard forks allowed? I don't think so. The one thing that I did find out is this monitor that I have never really used as a main monitor has a thing called ultra low motion blur. So it's a 1440p 144 hertz monitor. So I've always ran it at 144 hertz. But if you change it to 100 hertz, you can activate something called ultra low motion blur, which it makes it act like a CRT monitor. So instead of displaying an image and holding it for a certain amount of time, it flashes the image to get rid of motion blur, and it's much better than 144 hertz, and I'm actually surprised. So that actually sparked my interest in finding something way better than this one. So I think the next monitor I'm going to be ordering is the BenQ Zowie 240 hertz, which is ultra low motion blur at 240 hertz. Actually, is this one 240 hertz? (1920 by 1080), 240 hertz. Does it have the ultra low motion blur that I'm looking for? Now this one's only 1080p. Now this is not something that you should get if you're just trading. This is just for my gaming setup, because that gives you the best of the best. Let's see. I don't know if this BenQ Zowie 24. I would want a 27 inch to match. So I'm probably going to have to get this one right here. I'm actually going to order it right now. Let's do this off screen so you guys don't see my address. Yeah, we're going to order that right now. Oh wait, does Honey have any savings? This video is sponsored by Honey. Please, please. Oh, it says I already have the best price. Unfortunate. Actually, I do this every time. I always put something in my cart. I'm trying to think. What kind of difference? Okay. 100 hertz ultra low motion blur versus 240 hertz ultra low motion blur. I need to get some feedback. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Marco said, what are you playing? I play a lot of Call of Duty and Rocket League mostly right now. I don't have any like other game that I really like playing because I really don't have a lot of time to play because I am doing a lot of one-on-one sessions and such. Actually, let me get my chart back up here. I'm sorry that I didn't have that on the screen. Thanks for the risk reward spreadsheet, by the way. It feels better having a consistent strategy even though I'm still in the red. Thank you very much, John Smith. I appreciate you, buddy. Oh yeah, dude. Hell yeah, it is, dude. Yeah, 144 hertz is awesome, but I found that 100 hertz ultra low motion blur looks and feels better in terms of it looks higher than 144 hertz. Now, the BenQ Zowie 240 hertz has ultra low motion blur. I just don't know at what hertz do you have to run it. If only 3x would total $1,000, where should I put my stop loss and how should I put it on the table with each trade? Following your formula. Math idiot, want to know. So your stop loss, if you use 3x leverage with my default formula, your stop loss would be about, let's see, I can't do that in my head, stupid Austin. So if you had a 3x leverage, your stop loss would be 8% away. But why would you do that to yourself? Yeah, this is the risk reward spreadsheet. Right here. I have a Dropbox file for you if you want it. I need to put it in the description. I'll actually put it in the description right now. I'm not going to waste any time on this. Now, when you download it and open it, you have to go ahead and click the allow edit button, or else it's not going to allow you to put in the numbers. Let me go to live streaming, go to edit description, and I'll put it somewhere towards the top. Yeah, we'll put it right here. Okay, so you just have to refresh the live stream, and then it will go ahead and just check the description, and it should be there. All right, now going back and looking at this monitor because I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Because, yes, I would be getting better, like a better moving picture, but the resolution is going to be less. So do I want to take it a step down but get better, get 240 hertz? Or do I want to keep my 1440p but have already a good experience with ultra low motion blur at 100 hertz? I just don't know. No problem, guys. Don't thank me. I didn't create it. It was a member of my community named CausePower, and he put it together for us. So I believe that's Big L in the chat. I don't know if he's here today, but if you see Big L in the chat, throw him a thank you. You might not have the correct inputs. Are you putting a percent sign right here? Because don't put a percent sign right there. If you put 5%, it will tell you to use a crazy leverage. Do not put a percent sign there. Just put whatever your stop loss is as a number. Oh, now I just screwed it up. Because it's putting a percent sign every single time. Yeah, if you make it so that a percent pops up, you have to close it out and then redo it. Like this. And then say you have like a 2% stop loss. That means if you lose the trade, you'll lose $1,000. So if you hit a 7 risk to reward ratio, you'll make $7,000. And you'll be using 10x leverage. If you have a 0.5%, you'll be using 40x leverage. Davis, what's going on, man? How you doing, buddy? I want to run the blur buster test. Oh yeah, that's clear. That is so like if I change this to another monitor, I'm looking at the 100 FPS. Wait, did that change my refresh rate on every single monitor? Give me 1 second. Did that change my refresh rate on every single monitor to 100 hertz when I did that? Come on, NVIDIA, load. Stupid Austin. I have a friend named Christos, and whenever he does something dumb that he thinks he did something wrong, he always goes, "Stupid Christos, stupid." What the hell? I'm super small. What happened? Let me enlarge myself. That's what he said. We're dumping again, Mrs. G. What did you do? What did you do? Why do you keep doing this? Okay, why is NVIDIA control panel not popping up? What is happening? It's just not popping up. Is the red/green line under your RSI money flow? Yes. I'm gonna make that a little bit easier to see as well. We'll make it just opacity all the way up. Oh, fearless. Just looking at the difference between these images. Oh, that is so smooth. The difference from like this monitor, this is actually giving me motion sickness. And this monitor, oh, that's so nice. I wonder if this monitor over here has that kind of option. Hold on, I want to see something real quick. Light Boost. Is that a program I can download?
Bright lights, they like to change. They're keeping me up again. You take me over. And though the feeling comes and goes, I feel
Did you get a copy of your videos even if YouTube doesn't post? I don't believe so. That's kind of unfortunate. Thanks. What indicator is it? The name, I mean. This one is the Market Cipher B money flow, but if you want the one that was in-house made, it's called the MFI Directive. It's in the description. Can you check Zill? I can't chart this, man. I can't chart this. I can look at our indicators and see what our indicators say. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. I can't do anything with that. Wait, no way. This monitor has ultra low motion blur too? There's no way. It's telling me it does. Give me 1 second. I can't read that. Okay. Monitor deep sleep? No. It really has ultra low motion blur. Okay, what? We're gonna turn that on. Enable. Did it just enable it? Does that mean it's on? I don't know. Hold on, I gotta get the motion blur. C and D. Is this a joke? Crypto Gardener, is this a joke? Are you just throwing shit coins my way just to get me to rant? I think you are. You're fine. God, don't do that. Okay, if there is no price structure to work with, I am not gonna take a look at it. God, ridiculous. Okay, so that fix it? No, that didn't fix it. Oh wait, so NVIDIA control panel. Why is NVIDIA control panel not opening? Why? NVIDIA control panel not opening. Here we go. I think after the stream, I'll just have to reboot my system and see how if that fixes it. Freddy Fourfinger, if I am not, if I don't recognize the coin, all right, I'm not looking at it because you guys are effing with me right now. I hate looking at bad charts. XMR, hey Kite, how are you? Abdullah, what's going on, man? What's going on with XMR? Is it pumping? Yeah, it's doing pretty well. We bought back right down here, 57, 58 bucks. It's doing pretty well. It's got a little bit of resistance here, a little bit of resistance here, a little bit of resistance up here, but once it gets past 120 bucks, it's free sailing. Listen, if it's a shit coin that pumps 200%, I still don't give a single. I can't. I'm trying not to cuss anymore, guys. I'm trying to remain professional. My top altcoins are XMR, Basic Attention Token, Ethereum, and XRP. A little bit of Litecoin. Litecoin is not like my main, but XMR is probably the second highest next to Bitcoin. Then XRP. Actually, no. Then Ethereum, and then XRP, and then Basic Attention Token, and then Litecoin. That would be like the structure. Neo, I don't know too much about it, so I really can't give you an educated opinion on it. I'm sorry. I find the coins that I particularly have an interest in, and I trade them. I don't spread myself too thin. I'm not over here looking at all the different new altcoins. Really, no Cardano? No, Cardano, I think XMR is going to do much better than Cardano ever will. One reason in particular. Okay, they do separate things, but they're pretty much the same exact thing. But okay, so the analogy that I like to use for XMR and Cardano is porn. Okay, and what do I mean by that? Well, back then, VHS and Betamax were having a competition. Betamax was the best technology, but the porn industry went with VHS, therefore VHS won that fight. The darknet markets have gone with Monero instead of Cardano. Therefore, I think Monero is going to win. Even with the beard, Joe, I grew this beard because of that reason. I need to change display settings. I'm pretty sure it can only go to... So does ultra low motion blur only work on 100 hertz? What happened? Okay, I think I fixed it, but it still doesn't look the same as this monitor. What's different between this monitor and this monitor? Can I do 120 hertz? Okay, that definitely just changed it. So I can do 20 hertz at ultra low motion blur. But why does this screen look so much better? I'm particularly looking at this top image, the 144 FPS. Joe, are you crypto face? Let's see. Hey Joe, did you do well today? Trying to figure out why this ultra low motion blur does not look the same as this monitor. I know I'm worrying about different shit, but this is actually bothering me. Because this is a IPS. Actually, hold up. I don't know if that's actually helping. VeChain, please don't tell me that's another shitcoin. Gardener, please don't tell me. Start going off like Crown does? Does Crown yell at people that hate on him? I don't think I've ever seen him do that. I'm so confused. Hold on, maybe it's because I'm not tracking them. No, even when I try to track them. I don't know. Joe, you're not even like Jeffrey. Jeffrey? Okay, so Jeffrey was a hater. But he wasn't quite attacking me. And he was, but he wasn't. It was much more simple than that. I think it's because his kind of arguments were not very I guess it was all relative to price and age. That's all ever anybody else has to say. Okay. Now, Joe, wouldn't you wish that you were me right now? When you were 20 years old, do you wish that you got into all this and made shit tons of money? Because I definitely would want to be in this position right here. So I take pride in the fact that I look young and I am young. Because, man, can you imagine when I'm 30 and 40 years old how much I'm going to be worth? So get the hell out of here, man. I'm trying to figure out my monitor problems. 1440p pixels per second. Saying sync failure. Oh, is it because I'm on it might be because I'm on that. Okay. Let me try to do this on Chrome. So let me open up a new window on Chrome because I think that can allow up to 240 hertz. Blur Busters. Test. Test UFO animation. No, that only goes up to 100 hertz. What is going on? I don't know. I'll figure it out later. That's pissing me off, though. Kite, your mother is watching. That is true, probably. My roommate is watching Fish right now. Got 99 problems and a monitor is 1. I just don't understand. How is a IPS with a 4 millisecond response time look better? Well, obviously the colors look better, but why does it look smoother than a TN 1 millisecond 144 hertz with the same technology going on? I don't understand. But it's so clear on this screen. I just want to see it again. Because I'm so glad that I found out that I could do this. So that looks a lot better than this screen. It looks about the same, but this screen's like super nice. This screen is like almost nice. And this screen looks good though. I'll be your butler for 1 Bitcoin a year. I mean, at the time, it's only $9,000 a year. Hell yeah, man. But what if I end up like that pizza guy and over like the next 10 years, I pay you 10 Bitcoin and essentially I paid you $10 million to be a butler? Austin, what do you believe for Bitcoin, gold, and diamond? I don't even pay attention to those. I was one of your first subs, huh? No, I had about 800 subscribers before I put up that market cipher video, but you probably were one of my first subscribers after that. I don't count anybody from the How to Make Money Fast in School subs as actual subs. They don't watch any of this. Why does this one look so much better? I can see like little like a ghosting effect on that one, but it's so much smoother though. I don't know. I have no clue. Is it buzzing? Hello? No, it's not buzzing. Okay. How much money have I made from crypto? I'll tell you my first initial start. So I'm not going to tell you how much I'm worth now. I try to keep that under wraps. Sometimes I do let it slip, but it's not my main focus of this channel. My main focus of this channel is not to rub my money in your guys' faces and influence what you guys do. Because, like, if you go to Crypto Face's channel and you see him doing like a $500,000 short or $500,000 long, it influences you guys in a way because you want to make that kind of money, so you end up using more leverage, more position size. So I try not to do that on this channel. But back in 2015 to 2016, I sold candy in high school from my freshman year to my sophomore year. I turned $8 over those 2 years into $13,000. Now, I went ahead, I put that money into crypto. I bought anywhere between $200 to $1,000. So $250 to $1,000. That's where I got most of my crypto accumulated from. So when we got to $20,000, I was worth 400 grand. Now, I was stupid. I didn't know what I was doing. I got lucky and I let it slip all away. Now, not all of it. I lost about 66% of it. I was the only kid in high school that could walk in and say, I lost 266 grand last night. It was not a good feeling. Looking back on it now, it's like kind of cool because I'm doing much better now. But at the time, I felt like shit and I wanted to die. And I couldn't tell anybody. I couldn't tell my parents. I couldn't tell my friends. I couldn't tell my teachers. Because it just would have been a bad situation. First off, friends would try to get shit from me. They already were. And then my parents, I don't know how they would have reacted. And then I went ahead, lost all that money. When we started this bull market, I was in a good position, an advantageous one at that. Started to learn how to leverage trade. I sucked at first, okay, I'm not going to lie. But I did get lucky, and I made quite an amount of money on the uptrend. Now, when we got stuck into the consolidation triangle up at 14K, I botched it again. Now, obviously, I didn't lose everything, but I did lose quite a bit of money. Now, over the course of the next couple months afterwards to where we are today, I learned all the essential skills such as risk reward, risk management, how to chart correctly, how to read indicators. I got my shit together and I have a trading plan now. So that's how I'm so successful from every single trade, no matter if it's a loser or a winner. Zekins, thank you very much for the $10, man. I do appreciate that. It says, I feel way better about my trades. Keep up the great work. Fix your Streamlabs donation widget. Yeah, I got to fix that. I'm sorry, man. Skipping frames, maybe? That could be it, but that means it would be happening on this monitor as well, the one that the chart's on. Because they're both using the same exact motion blur technology, but this one is supposedly a faster screen. It's a TN panel. So I don't understand why this one looks worse than this one. I just don't understand. So here's the trading plan, okay? Go back to 30 minutes, 32 minutes and 40 seconds and watch the next 10 minutes after. I will explain it from start to finish on how I set up my chart and how I get into trades. I'm simply trading the tops, the bottoms, and not the middles. Okay, I can trade the middles on a scalp account, but I'm avoiding those regions. I trade tops and bottoms. I set my stop losses on the outsides along the 8-to-1 Gonfans or the 1 fib retracements, whichever one is the closest or the most, relevant at the time. So that's what I do. And it sounds simple. And it is simple. It should be simple. Trading is not hard. A baby could do it. A baby could do it. Okay? But it is the psychology while you're inside of trades or about to get into a trade that gets people in trouble. And especially greed and gamblers' mentality. Those are the things that get people wrecked. We're working on it, KP Crypto. We're working on it. He's about 2 sessions in, I think. Maybe he's on his 3rd. I'm not sure. But he's going to get to that point. It's just about getting all the basics out of the way, learning what you're looking for, and then practicing. Practice, practice, practice. Especially getting used to how this market works and the flow of things. And being able to adapt that flow. Like right now, I'm noticing a trend. We always come up, we bounce off a macro resistance, we come back down to the 1.272, and then we break out to the upside. Right here, broke out, came back down, we touched off the 1, okay, and then we had to break out to the upside once again. So I'm noticing a trend, and I will keep using that and watching out for it as we go along. Davis Hudson. How do I get to traders on TradingView? I'm not sure. Home. Is this where I search up people? Ticker. People. Is it the car right here? Oh, you got the XRP one that we're looking at. I don't trade EOS, but I have been looking at it a little bit lately. Ooh, that was a good setup. Nice, man. These look good. I need to start publishing stuff like this, but I do live streams, so it doesn't, I mean, I can, but it's not really going to change anything. Thank you very much, KP Crypto. I appreciate that. YouTube does not capture screens from your displays. It's done in memory in a frame buffer. Display and card settings should not have an effect. Well, I'm using NVIDIA codec, so it is using my card settings in order to do that. But I'm not talking about the stream. I'm simply talking about what a picture looks like on my screen as it's moving. That's what I'm particularly talking about. Prove your earnings and I might hire you. I don't need to be hired. I quit my job 7 months ago and I'm never going to work for somebody else a day in my life. I don't want you to hire me. So I have nothing to prove. I just realized your last name is Schmo. That's pretty creative. We have a couple people in our chat that have like good names. We have Jack Hoff. What's the other guy? I forgot his name, but once he pops up again, I'll call him out. Then we got Joe Schmo. I wish my last name was Schmo and my first name was Joe. Yes, you amazing Asian. If you're talking about hiring me to trade part of your portfolio for you, I don't do that for people. I do it for family and friends that are, very, very close to me. And obviously they're working with much smaller amounts. I think the most that anybody's ever put in is like $500, but they're still doing pretty well. Defensive. By hire, I mean take your training BS. I don't think I want you to. Obviously, I love helping everybody, but the first thing you did when you came in here was insult me. So I wouldn't hire you. Well, you should not hire me to train you, because that's already going to be off to a rocky start. Talk is cheap until you can prove your earnings. So you're telling me that the basis of a good trader is if they can flash money in your face? I don't think so. I've already been over this 1,000 different times. Okay. I politely decline. It's not because I'm hiding anything. It's simply because, first off, I don't want people to know my actual dollar amount on my crypto. And I just don't think it's healthy for the channel. Uh, thank you, Thomas. I appreciate that, buddy. Can you see TRX/BTC chart? When do you think it will do? What do you think it will do? Okay, we'll take a look at it. TRX. I'll try. I'll try. Let's go out to a daily chart here. You know I don't like charting stuff like this. You know I don't. I don't know anything about this coin, man. But let's just draw some fib retracements on it real quick. Okay, so just based off of fib retracements alone, okay, you are finding resistance along the 0.236. You want to wait for a break above. I don't know what, I can't read that out to you. I don't know how to say that in decimals. But you're waiting for a break right about here. I would say if you want to be extra sure, I would wait for a break right here above this resistance. Okay. If you can break that resistance, yes, you have a couple more levels right here based off of price action. But in terms of actual Fibonacci retracements, you should be free and clear to come back up to that once you break that. So if you take your position here, that'd be about 43%. But I have no idea about this coin, so I'm very, very sorry. I'm charting on the wrong exchange. Actually, I just typed in BTC. TRX, BTC. Ooh, which exchange should I use? Binance. Gotcha. Okay, that's a lot better. Thank you very much. I don't think it really changes much, actually. Let's see. You have some hidden bearish divergence right here. Yeah. What this could be doing is it could be building an ascending triangle right now. That's what it looks like to me. Because you have a pretty strong horizontal resistance right here. But it looks like it's gaining support. So either one, you could take your position now and wait for the breakout. Or two, you can wait for the breakout, take your position right about here, and then your target coming off of this, just based on simple technical analysis and not fib retracements, would be, your first target would be this right here. So if you were to take a breakout trade off of this, you would make about 49%. Now, if you do take your trade right now and you wait for a breakout, your profit would be about 109% on that trade. No problem, Thomas. I appreciate it, buddy. Mrs. G always has to say everything is going down. Mrs. G, I understand that our next parabolic support line is in like 4 to 6 years, but it can still go up. It doesn't have to go down the entire 6 years. I think that's just wishful thinking. I really do. And Joe Schmo, I act successful because I am, and I know what I'm talking about. People that have watched the live streams for the past couple of months, they watch me every single day, plan out these trades ahead of time. I put them into motion off screen. I talk about them days ahead of time, the levels I'm looking at, what I will do there. So I don't need to show everything because I am talking about everything. Yeah, I know I shouldn't feed the trolls, But I kind of like putting my mantra out there. I like explaining to people why I don't do it. And there's always going to be some guy that's unsuccessful, 35 years old, struggling in his job, wants to quit, but doesn't know how to trade. So then he finds a channel like mine, somebody that's willing to help you, put the time in to make sure that you become successful. And then just because I look 12, you immediately say I'm shit at what I do. That is completely asinine. Completely asinine. Joe Schmo, I think that was the most idiotic thing you've ever said. You haven't gone to college. You're a joke. Why do I need to go to college if I'm making more money than somebody that has a master's or even a PhD? I don't need college. If I shave my beard, I do look 12. Okay, so I'm not gonna I'm not gonna deny that. Just came back to the stream. Sounds like a rap battle is about to break out. Yeah, Joe Schmo, really slow. Doesn't know where he wants to go, so he just stays here on my stream. Oh. That was my rap. I hope you liked it. No, I didn't start trading when I was 15. I was a investor slash speculator that got lucky. That's all it was. Now, when we first started this bull market back here, it was in either May or June. This particular piece of price structure is when I got into trading really, and really started looking at leverage trading and all that stuff. And I didn't get good at trading until right about here. Well, when I say good at trading, I mean I'm profitable now. But I've gotten significantly better since that period of time. Oh, the guy in the book? Oh, check out the book, Reminiscences of a Stock Operator. Oh, I will, man. I don't read a lot of books, okay? I'll be honest. The one book that I have, well, listened to, well, actually a couple. Obviously, DMT, The Spirit Molecule was one of them. George Peterson's 13 Rules for Life or something like that. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And what was the other one? I don't know. I was going to get W.D. Gahn's book, but I don't think it actually explains his method. It just explains his life story, which I would want to know more about his method. Do you tend to get a feel for this market? Yes. The longer you spend in it, the more you'll start to, realize that, okay, this pullback, it's not necessarily a danger. It is just simply a retest of previous resistance and confirming it as support. And the movement, that's why I said pick 4 different time frames within a factor of 2 of each other and use those time frames exclusively and learn what kind of effects a bounce off the 50 or rejection off the 50 will have on price action from the 15-minute to like the 2-hour or maybe even on the daily. You have to learn what reactions these time frames will give dependent on what the indicators show. Are you afraid to take a week off or 2 and completely lost when you return? Trading isn't something where you necessarily take off. If I wasn't teaching trading, I could literally look at my charts maybe like 25 minutes, look at the resistances, the supports that I would like to long off of, set those trades up ahead of time. And swing trades, they typically last anywhere between they can last up to 19 days. That's the longest I've ever had actually, I don't think so. I think I've had a swing trade longer than 19 days. But sometimes my trades go on for many, many days. So I don't necessarily have to, do it every single day for like 18 hours. It's just the fact that I live stream and I teach that I'm constantly on my charts. So you really don't need to take a week off. Yeah, I'll definitely take a look at that book. That sounds pretty interesting. I wish I started learning trading at 15. I looked at it. I knew what technical analysis was. I think I tried, but I gave up. And that was a mistake. I could have been much better at trading much earlier in my life cycle in trading, and I could have been doing much bigger trades than I am right now. But I'm comfortable where I am, and I'm just going to grow up from here on out. That's all we can do. I hope you will not end up like Mitch Ray when you get more viewers. He is just drinking and battling his trolls the whole live stream. Yeah, I don't want to be like that. But it's at this point right now where we're at, we don't get a lot of trolls. We've had maybe like 2 trolls in the actual live streams. Jeff and Joe. I believe they're the same person actually. And it makes too much it's too much of a coincidence. All right, actually I just got a notification on my phone. I got a session in 15 minutes. So I'm gonna have to say goodbye. I did not realize the time. We've been streaming for what, 2 hours and 15 minutes now? Yeah, 2 hours and 20 minutes. TL, have a good night, buddy. Davis, have a good night. And let me get the song ready to go, because I always fumble around on the last couple of minutes. Ryan Crevejo. Is it going to let me click on his name? Ryan Crevejo, come on. Ryan Crevejo. Do I want to play the same song as last time? I don't think I do. We'll play Ladders. I like Ladders. Ladders is a good one. C-Joy, have a great night. I appreciate it, buddy. Dennis, good night, bro. Stretchy, thanks for making it. I appreciate it, man. JC, have a good one. Zekin, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Drew, have a good night, buddy. Charlie, see you, man. Where's a good place to message you about questions about your Patreon? My Discord is in the description. You can message me on there, or you can message me on Patreon. Chain Wax, have a great sleep, man. I appreciate it. Amazing Asian, have a good night. Freddy Fourfinger, have a good night, man. Crypto Orange, I don't know if I said good night already, but have a great night, bro. John Smith, have a great night. Chris, you too, buddy. Isaiah, have a good night. Chunks, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is the early live stream as well. I'll be on about 2 p.m. Sometimes I'm a little bit late, about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on what's happening. But I should be on tomorrow. Actually, let me make sure I didn't plan anything, because I don't want to... did I put someone in a time slot where I was not supposed to? Please don't tell me. Okay, wrong calendar. Okay, we're good. We're good. Andy, I appreciate it still, man. I do. I definitely do. FA, have a great night. Ilson, have a great night. Aaron Crypto, peace out, buddy. JP, have a good night. Never settles. Good night, buddy. And thank you, FA. I do appreciate that. Mrs. G, have a great night. Awesome, TL. If you have any questions, you can message me on Discord, and if you want me to check over your charts, you can definitely do that. Mandy, hello and goodbye. Sorry. Were you here earlier, Mandy, or did you just get here? Because I'm going to feel bad if you said something earlier and I did not acknowledge you. I've tried and it says I'm not in your server. What? You might have to send me a friend request and I might have to accept it in order for you to send me messages. I'm not sure. Try that. But if I see your friend request pop up, I'll go ahead and accept it. I do have DMs on. I get DMs all the time. Just sometimes that does happen. But all right, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I hope you guys have a great night. The price action has been absolutely fantastic today. Hopefully you guys listened to me in the last live stream and said I will not close my long until the macro support is broken. So I appreciate it. Have a great night. Let's go ahead and switch over to the stream ending, which is right here. And Joe Schmo, if you could leave me a comment in this live stream, you see how I have J Blue up there? I want to keep adding those to this stream ending screen. So if you could leave me one, I'll post it right there. I'll be more than willing to leave that up so you can get your message across. All right, buddy? All right. Let's go ahead and change the song. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys tomorrow, bright and early.
I've been getting way too comfy around you lazy couch potatoes, talking circles around my questions, cause you don't know how to say no. Bunch of lamos, bunch of lemons, boy, you don't know how to work. Got your feet up on your desk, I got my boots all in the dirt. Laces tied, crazy eyes, 48 hours I've been awake. Do not try to intervene unless you tryna innovate. Boy, I got that winner's fate, so no, I ain't finna wait. If you show up right on time, you already 10 minutes late. That's my policy, you follow me, I gives a fuck about your following. If you can't follow through, then do not bother me. You could be the next Socrates, that doesn't matter much if you can't find a way to climb up even when them ladders bust. Yeah, even when them ladders bust, we still find a way to keep on eating till we've had enough. Yeah, and then we eat some more, and we keep that shit on hush and don't let anybody know. Moving in silence, cause I don't need your kudos. Always underdressed, but I'm still a boss like Hugo. I'm Houdini, where the roof go? I guess the sky's the limit. We are cut from different fabric. I am not designer fitted. You should renovate your closet and keep less disguises in it. You say that you ballin', could you specify the digits? I'm suspicious, I'm concerned with the lack of truth you preaching. If you call yourself an OG, then let's ask the youth you teaching. I cannot find them, where did they go? I wanna ask, I'm sure that they know. Give them a call, I'm sure that they show. I mean, it's not like we all heard this before. I'll do you a courtesy, bro. Won't bring it up, I truthfully don't even care. Plus I'm too busy to make you feel shitty and stoop to your level. Psst, I wouldn't dare, yeah. Even when them ladders bust, we still find a way to keep on eating till we've had enough. Yeah. And then we eat some more, and we keep that shit on hush and don't let anybody know. They say they want it, why they lying in bed? I'm living life like I got a price on my head. I can't stop, cause if I do, I'm a ghost, and I be doing it wrong if I wasn't doing the most. They say they want it, why they lying in bed? I'm living life like I got a price on my head. I can't stop, cause if I do, I'm a ghost, and I be doing it wrong if I wasn't doing the most. They say they, yeah, even when them ladders bust, we still find a way to keep on eating till we've had enough. Yeah. And then we eat some more, and we keep that shit on hush and don't let anybody know. was whipping my Chevy. I had 3 pills in my pocket. My partner told me don't pop them, but I was losing my noggin. I call my trunk nosy neighbor. The way it be knocking, it be my meditation. When the world just will not quit talking, I'm not drinking and driving. I'm just sipping and cruising. If my mama could see me, she'd tell me quit being stupid. 'Cause